Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Nanny Phantom. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here with week 11 of UPBA, guys. So we're getting really close to the end of the season. These are going to be the last 2 weeks, week 11 and week 12. So this video right here is going up super late, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't have time to record it post-com. This game, week 11 and week 12, are going to be post-com, and the reason for that is just because so far this season, at least the end of the season for UPBA, I had to fit my battles in after work, and it's been really difficult for me to like after a long day of work to come to do a live com, because it's hard for me to like concentrate. I'm already like really tired, so to be able to talk and then calc and like think of what plays I'm gonna do next, I'm pretty bad at that. So I decided to do these two post-com because they're really important for the rest of the season. Like I said in the beginning of the season, my goal is to make playoffs with this team that I took over. And just so I can do my best, these next 2 games I ended up doing post-com, just so I can try to give myself the best chance. If we do end up making playoffs and I can do the live comms, obviously I will. Hopefully we won't have to do any battles after work, but I'll try my best for the playoffs. Even if I'm tired like from work or something, I'll still try to do live comms if we do get into playoffs. But no promises. I do like live comms a lot better, and you know, you record and you get everything done right there and then, instead of coming back later and having to re-record it again after playing the game. But that's what we're gonna have to do these next 2 weeks, so I hope you guys do enjoy the post comms. Just gonna talk about the plays I made and certain things, but we are going up again against West. And this is going to be, again, a really crucial playoff battle. West is also trying to get into playoffs, so we're both battling pretty much for the last few spots that are left. And I'm pretty sure we need to win the next 2 games to get playoffs. Obviously, it also depends on other people, but in my head, it's like, if I lose, I'm not making it, no, you know, like in my head, so I just want to win. So before we get into this playoff battle, make sure you guys do drop a nice like. It's super hyped to be in the last 2 weeks of UPBA regular season. Then hopefully if we do get some dubs, maybe we can make playoffs and continue with some more of the videos. But again, make sure you do drop a like. It really helps out the channel, and it pushes us for playoffs every single week. So looking at the matchup that we have against West here today, I ended up bringing a Choice Banner Shifu, Choice Scarf Chandelure, Leftovers Melodic, Light Clay, Klefki, obviously Eviolite, Porygon 2, and then a Weakness Policy Necrozma. And he brought his Gourgeist, Zapdos, Gardevoir, Tentacruel, Umbreon, and Zydoge. That mon is pretty cool. I really do like that mon. But my game plan before the game was to try to set everything up so Necrozma can win. That's why Chandelure and Necrozma combination was really good, because Umbreon most likely would be coming into Chandelure, and if we can chip away at that Umbreon, or we can trick it a Scarf, then Necrozma's gonna have a really good day. But we're gonna see in the game that my game plan changed a little bit, but we'll talk about it when it does get there. But I ended up leading with the big man Urshifu, and we're gonna see who West is gonna be starting off with. So let's get into it. Let me make sure that my mouse is here so I can control with the space bar. All right, cool. So UPBA week 11, we are going up against our homie West, and let's see who he starts off with. So he starts off with Gardevoir, and right here I'm gonna pause for a second, just because him leading with Gardevoir, I lead with Urshifu a lot, and obviously Urshifu is faster than Gardevoir, and it would completely kill it with a Surging Strikes. I was so tempted right here to just go for it. I was like, oh, he's probably not, maybe he's not Scarf, and I can just click Surging Strikes, kill this Gardevoir, and that would be amazing. But I really almost, like, I almost stayed in and did it, but I was like, nah, that makes no sense. Why would I do that? That could just lose me the game, and I need Urshifu. So we're gonna see that I do end up switching into Klefki, And I'm actually really happy that I did, because we do find out later that this Gardevoir is scarfed. So if I would have stayed in, I would have just lost Urshifu right here. And that would have been it would have been almost impossible to win the game without Urshifu. But we had like a huge counter to this thing, Klefki, so obviously it's a no-brainer to switch into that. And then here I do believe I go for Light Screen, because I do expect the Tentacruel to come in. So we Light Screen it up. And then here I ended up switching to Milotic. It kind of made no sense. Like, I guess it somewhat did. It helped us scout the set for the Tentacruel, but I go into Milotic expecting the knockoff. I didn't want my Light Clay to be knocked off, because again, my plan was to set up screens and try to win with Necrozma, so I wanted the screens to be up as long as possible. I switched into Milotic, lost my leftovers, which was kind of a waste. And then here I was kind of thinking maybe I can go Necrozma now, but I ended up not doing that. I go back into Klefki, because I can't really touch this thing with Milotic, so that's why I'm saying like that losing my leftovers was kind of a waste, because I couldn't even touch this thing anyways. And then he Toxic, so good, I switched into Klefki because I didn't want my Milotic Toxic, because it's pretty key to be able to take on things like the Zygarde. But he knocks off my Light Clay this time, and I put up a Reflect, still with the Light Clay because I had Prankster. So here is where I kind of just changed my plan. So as you see, I do go into Necrozma right away, because this Tentacruel is just really annoying and it's actually pretty difficult to handle. We see here that he puts up a Reflect, which could kind of spoil my plans, because it's a Dragon Dance weakness policy on Necrozma. But you're going to see that we do have Brick Break, which breaks screens anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. For a second, I forgot I had Brick Break when I was actually in the game, and I was like, oh no, like this kind of ruins my plans. But then I remembered, oh wait, no, I have Brick Break, I'm good. So my plan here was to get in on Tentacruel. Sorry, there's like something in my throat. Get in on Tentacruel. Click Dragon Dance as Umbreon comes in. And then on the next turn, I'll click Brick Break to break the Reflect and get some damage on Umbreon. And he most likely will be clicking Foul Play, and under a Reflect, we actually eat up the Foul Play pretty easily. And it pops our weakness policy, and then hopefully we'll be able to kill Umbreon and see what we do from there. Reason I didn't want to do it this early is just because he does have Zygarde, and he has a Choice Scarf Gardevoir. So all he has to really do is get damage on us and then E-speed us away. But we can at least break two of his big walls, and well, one of his walls and one of his big attackers. So that would open it up a lot for Urshifu, because Gardevoir being Choice Scarf is not good for Urshifu, because they can always come in and revenge kill us. But you're gonna see here, we do end up doing the Dragon Dance. I almost clicked Dynamax like twice by accident. I hope I never accidentally clicked that. But we Dragon Dance up, and like I said, even though Reflect is up, we can break it with our Brick Break, and even a +1 just does so much damage to this thing. We didn't even really need the weakness policy. And here he pops the weakness policy. We get our +2 attack, +2 special attack, and obviously we're going to be able to kill this thing with another Brick Break. And then who he is going to be bringing up next is Gardevoir. So we're going to see that after Umbreon dies here, our Necrozma getting some nice kills, which is really cool. In comes the Gardevoir. So this right away told me this thing was scarfed. It does trace Prison Armor, which actually was kind of bad at the moment. But we do have Shadow Claw, and because Necrozma is super strong and super bulky, it lives and kills the Gardevoir. So Necrozma picking up 2 kills and just breaking the team down early in the game, which is what I changed my game plan to when I saw the opportunity to go into Tentacruel. But in comes the Zygarde, I should say. And here I actually wanted to go Klefki just because I felt like I had the chance to do that and kind of save Necrozma for the Tentacruel, because we did still outspeed the Tentacruel, just in case. But here I thought he was gonna go back into Tentacruel. I was thinking maybe he was banded or something like that. But you're actually gonna see that he stays in as I go back into my Necrozma, and he actually clicks Dragon Dance, which is huge. I got a little bit scared here because this thing can still set up one more Dragon Dance and be able to do massive damage to us. But you're gonna see that we do still have our Milotic in the back, so as long as we don't get crit or anything like that, we should be fine and we should be able to take down Zygarde. But it's obviously going to kill us right here. He went for game now because obviously he needs to make playoffs too. He needs a big differential to stand a chance. So that's what he told me. He said he went for the Dragon Dance early because he really needed to break down my team as much as possible. Because as you saw, we already broke down his team with Necrozma. But luckily here, we don't get crit, which is awesome because if we got crit, I think we just lost. And we go for the Ice Beam and we kill the Zygarde. Milotic only has a little bit of health left, but it did its job really. It was here to take on that Zygarde and stopped it from sweeping us with Dragon Dance. So here I ended up switching into Porygon. I could have just sacked the Milotic, but I wanted to keep it just in case we needed to sack it for something else, because Porygon literally is just here for Zapdos. So I was like, I might as well use it for Zapdos and just leave our Milotic just in case we can use it for something else, which you're gonna see right here as he brings in the Gourgeist. I switch into Milotic because I was like, I don't want this thing to knock me off or anything like that. And he ends up clicking Trick, as you're gonna see here. Yes, he clicks Trick. He gives my Milotic a Choice Band, which at this point doesn't really matter because I was just trying to sack it, and we get super lucky here. He goes for Power Whip and he actually misses, which is huge because this Ice Beam does so much, and now we chipped it away. The reason it matters is because I wasn't sure if he had Shadow Sneak, so I really needed to chip that thing away. But here, I think here I go into Klefki. I believe here we go into Klefki. Klefki has done a pretty decent job. I think it's been putting in the work for putting up screens and things like that. But I believe, yeah, I think I most likely go for screens. Yeah, so I go for Reflect here, and then probably a Light Screen next turn. I'm pretty sure. So Reflect goes up here. Klefki being annoying with its Prankster screens, but obviously Zapdos can just kind of defog those things away. Here he goes for the Heat Wave to chip us a little bit, and I believe next turn he does go for the defog. Yeah, exactly. So our screens go away, and I click Dazzling Gleam just to get a little bit of chip on the Zapdos. Any chip helps because of Urshifu will be able to kill it later on. I think at this point it dies because we are Choice Banded Surging Strikes. So here I go for Reflect, which could have been a little bit of a mistake because if I went for Light Screen first, we would have lived. But I went for Reflect because I'm not really sure why, to be honest, because I don't even know if he had any physical attackers left at this point. I'm pretty sure that I most likely did it for the knockoff on Chandelure, just in case. From the, what's it called? From the Tentacruel. So here I go for Shadow Ball. And the reason I click Shadow Ball is just because I want to be able to chip away at his team. As we see, Chandelure does so much damage, and then he Volt Switches on us and then gets a crit, which normally I didn't think was gonna matter because Tentacruel's gonna kill us. But as you see here, Tentacruel actually just goes for Toxic. So Wes told me at the end at the game that he thought I was gonna switch out, so that's why he went for Toxic, which is really huge because I think that's such a huge misplay, just because it would have been hard to kill the Tentacruel with Urshifu if I didn't get this massive amount of chips. So we get 2 Shadow Balls. He puts up a Reflect, which actually later on I forgot about, but I don't think it mattered anyways, but I just forgot that Reflect was up. And here we still live on Toxic. We get to throw off another Shadow Ball. If he stays in, he's like, his Tentacruel could possibly die. So he switches into his Gourgeist and just sacks it off. And Chandelure doing massive work. It's just chipped away at Zapdos, chipped away at Tentacruel, which is pretty much what we needed to be able to win with Urshifu. And then we have a double down here. Chandelure dies to Toxic as his Gourgeist died from our Shadow Ball. And then I'm going to go into Urshifu. And I believe he does go into his Zapdos. So pretty much it's going to be Zapdos versus Urshifu right here. I was thinking about possibly switching back into Porygon in case this thing was faster, but then I kind of just went for it because at this point, if it is faster, even if I switch into Porygon 2, it's not really going to do much anyways. So I was like, I might as well just try to kill this thing. We do click Surging Strikes, and I was just hoping we already got crit, so I was hoping we don't get staticked. But my luck with mons is I tend to kind of get hexed way more than the opponent. But it doesn't really matter too much as long as we can get Surging Strikes off here. It'll be game. And for a second I thought he might have Giga Drain, even though he had Reflect, Knockoff, Toxic, and did he show a last move? I'm not sure, but I was thinking he might have Giga Drain, but luckily he didn't, because if he did, maybe we would have lost this game. But Urshifu comes through and he does pick up the win against West for us, and we do win 2-0, so it gives us a huge chance for playoffs. So I'm super excited about that. We have a really big chance to make it now. Next week we are taking on Mid. So that's going to be a really exciting one, because he also needs to do well to make playoffs also. So this playoff race is just really strong right now, and I'm super excited about it. We get this huge win, which was really important. Hopefully we can keep it going against Mid, and just make playoffs, because again, my goal was to make playoffs, take over this team, make playoffs, and as long as I make playoffs, I think it'll be a pretty successful season. So hopefully we can keep pushing for that and make the playoff race that we kind of really want to get into. But I hope you guys did like the game. It was a really good one. Urshifu and Chandelure putting in work. My Lotta coming in and taking on that Zygarde. Porygon didn't really get to do much, and then Klefki's just being very annoying with the screens, and Necrozma, of course, breaking his team down to be able to help Urshifu and Chandelure break the rest of the team down. So overall, very solid win. I don't think I made too many misplays or anything like that. And we played pretty well, and the team was pretty solid. So hopefully we do get to beat Mid next week, because again, I really want to make playoffs. It'll be super hype if we do. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you do drop a nice like. I will see you guys next week. I hope you're hyped. And also, little things, just gotta let you know, a lot of new videos are going to be coming up, some new leagues, so make sure you do keep an eye out for that. But I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Peace.